The first thing I want to tell you is that I'm not an advocate of chasing points. I think that there is value in marinating your meat, if you will, before you cook it, right? I love to cook all kinds of food from chicken to pork to steak. And I'm a huge advocate of, taking my time in order to produce the best quality food that I can, right? And so it's the same way as we are progressing in our career. If you go too fast, you're going to lose something in those experiences that you missed out on, right? At the same time, you don't want to sit stagnant. You want to become rotten to the core because you've been holding yourself back. And so I want to give you 3 things that you can do right now in order to set yourself up for success for next month, right? I'm not talking about things that aren't going to give you a benefit and a return on the investment for another 6 months or a year down the road, unless you're simply not eligible for promotion. And on that note, if you are a private, you need to do these 3 things right now. You don't want to wait, because if you look around in your formation, it is probably filled with people who are promotable and are sitting stagnant and are blaming everybody but themselves and are just now trying to get caught up to where they should have been all along. So the military is about progressing in your career, so you need to set yourself up for success as it relates to this. And so that very first one I need you to do first is look at your PPW and look at the trend report, because if you look at these 2 documents, you can gauge how long it's going to take you to get promoted to both the ranks of sergeant and staff sergeant. And you can pretty much, if you read it accurately and you're honest with yourself, you can pinpoint that date out in the future of, I know that unless things drastically change, I should get promoted on this date. But we want to help change this. We want to help shape it because it is our career. And so the first thing that I need you to do is understand that there are things that are inside your control and outside of your control. And you can't let the things that are outside of your control who you are, right? You can't let it drive your anxiety and your stress. You can't walk around blaming everybody but yourself. So things that are outside of your control. You don't plan weapons ranges, right? You can do the best job when you get out there, but you can't control a weapons range. You can't control when an ACFT is given. You can't control deployments. You can't control awards. So it's too easy to get caught up in these things of blaming things on everybody else. But that's you're defeating yourself at the end of the day. But there are 3 areas and 3 things you can do right now. And the last one is probably going to blow your mind. The very first one is there is absolutely no reason why you should not already have maxed out your correspondence courses. 0, zilch, nada. Again, I don't care if you're a private. You need to get these things maxed out. You never know when changes are going to happen. And so take advantage of the way the system is right now to get online and finish your correspondence courses. Nobody can hold this back from you. Nobody can stop you from doing this. Only you are stopping yourself. So if you only have 20 hours, you're literally holding yourself back. And that is the wrong answer. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to look at your civilian education. Now, maybe you're new in the military and maybe you're a little bit younger and you haven't enrolled or completed any college courses. Well, I want you to get back online and look at your joint service transcript. Regardless of what your MOS is, when you look at this thing, it's going to have a number of hours that is ACE recommended, right? So whether you are a medic, whether you're in communications, whether you're a grunt, whether you're an engineer, no matter what your MOS is, based off of the training that you've already had, there are a number of hours that are recommended. And any university is going to honor them. Not just any, but every single one will honor these hours. So let's just say, again, you're young and you have 20 hours. Well, guess what? If you go and enroll in a college, some colleges and universities will want you to complete a course, and some, maybe for money, maybe not for money, will give you an official transcript based off of what is on your official J list. So you can look at your unofficial joint service transcript, but you need to send your official one off to the school after you've talked to them. So head down to your ed center and talk to some universities, whether they're online or brick and mortar, and figure out which one that you want to become partners with, if you will. But that is super simple, easy way to get some hours quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, maybe you are have a little bit more time on your side. You could max out all of your correspondence courses. You could get to the Basic Leaders course or ALC, and you can get to some other schools, because all of those things are also going to have recommended hours. Now, maybe as opposed to only having 20, maybe you have 40, 60, or 80. Now, that's not going to be 80 hours. I think I have probably 120 hours on my joint service transcript. Not all of those hours are going to be able to be useful for a particular degree. But let's just say you had 80, right? Let's say you had 60. The next stop after you get an official transcript from a university is to talk to a multitude of universities and say which hours or which degrees, based off of the hours that I have, is going to be the fastest way to earn a degree. Again, there is no single person other than yourself that is holding you back when it comes to your civilian education. And while this may be useful to grab, potentially 60 to 100 points or whatever for that civilian ed, if you want a career in the military, it pains me to say it, but you're holding yourself back if you don't have a degree. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you're not checking the boxes. So you need to get after this right now while you're still a junior soldier or junior NCO. Work towards your associates, work towards your bachelor's, right? They could be in basketball even, like nobody even cares. That's how ridiculous it is. So these are two things that you can do, but there's one more that you can do right now to get 25 points this week that are going to be on your PPW next week. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to your education center. I want you to go up to that customer service desk and say, I would like to take the DLAT, Delta Lima Alpha Tango, the DLAT. They're going to give you a 4187. Should be pre-filled out other than having your commander's name and signature on it. You take this 4187 back to your company commander. That's the only signature that's required. You get them to sign it, and then you go sign up to take this test. It could be in any language that you want. And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to pass with flying colors. If you have a pulse, you are probably going to get the minimum score required to get 25 points. Like, this is ridiculous. If you're not doing this, you're holding yourself back. If you're not telling your soldiers this information about how to do these three areas, you're holding them back. This should be all part of your counseling. So if you're an NCO and you're listening, I don't care if you're a sergeant or you're a staff sergeant, use these three things to help push your soldiers, because here's what you can do for yourself, right? Let's just say you just became a team leader or a squad leader. You grab all your soldiers' PPWs and SRBs that you're counseling. Or if you're a squad leader, you're grabbing your team chiefs, right? You're a platoon sergeant, you're grabbing all your squad leaders. However deep that you want to go with this. And you have a snapshot of right now. Now, when it comes time for your NCOs to leave, when it comes time for your squad leaders to leave, or for you to leave, you do the same screenshot at a future date. Now, maybe it's a year. Maybe it's 2 years. Maybe you're getting ready to write somebody an NCOER and you need some bullets. Right? You're getting more bang for the buck here in this one, right? You can say unequivocally, if I can learn how to talk, that you, under your supervision, led your team, led your squad, led your platoon to complete X number of correspondence courses, uh, civilian education, numbers of degrees completed, whatever the case is. You talk about a quantifiable bullet for an award or an NCOER, there's one that you can take to the bank. Team, let me know what you think down in the comments below about these 3 things that you can do right now to max out everything that is in your direct control, right? Again, we're looking and talking about correspondence courses. We're talking about civilian education, and we're talking about the defense language aptitude test, whatever the hell it's called, the DLAT, right? Let us know down in the comments below. Maybe it was how long it took you to max out your correspondence courses. And truth is, like, if you do these things as a more junior soldier, you can take your time and really get something out of it. You can also use these things to help prep you to take a certificate evaluation. Like, there is no MOS requirement to get A+, Sec+, or Net+, as an example. But you have to complete some of these courses in order to get some vouchers. So now you're getting and prepping yourself up for twice the bang for the buck, right? You're getting these correspondence courses knocked out, and then you get into a school, you get that certificate. Now you have a course that you've completed. You have all your correspondence courses that you completed, and you have a stinking certificate. Like, come on. We got to be smarter than this. So let us know down in the comments below about your experiences and if this was value added for your kit bag. Team, I appreciate you guys. You stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.